Hello everyone, it's your boy Brad Ellis back again, and I'm very excited to talk to you about the return of the Kongs with Donkey Kong Bananza. Now I'm a big Donkey Kong guy ever since I played Donkey Kong Country back on the SNES in 1994. Kong enthusiast, if you will. In recent years, the series has been on the rise, with Donkey Kong appearing in things like the Super Mario Bros. Movie, multiple LEGO sets, and getting his very own section at the Universal Studios theme parks. Despite all this though, we haven't had a new mainline Donkey Kong game since Tropical Freeze back in 2014 on the stinky Wii U. Thankfully though, Nintendo's finally making it right with Donkey Kong Bananza. Developed by the team behind Mario Odyssey, Donkey Kong Bananza brings the series to a whole new level. That's not a slight on past games either. I love all the DK games. Not you though. But Donkey Kong Bananza is a brilliant evolution for the series, packed with fresh new ideas and creativity while masterfully paying tribute to its predecessors. It's the kind of game that makes me smile whenever I think about it. DK rolling around, punching some dudes and sending them flying, and seeing DK just pound his chest. It's so delightful. I love it! Any person can pick this up as well and have a great time with it, regardless of age or skill level. Got a 4-year-old who's awful at gaming? Let him take a spin and they'll have a blast punching the fuck out of everything. Old and jaded like this guy here? There's enough creativity and joy here to melt your icy heart. It's got something for everybody. Okay, let's get into the game. Bonanza sticks to the basic 3D platformer formula. Explore a large area and collect things, but like all the greats, it's all about the execution. The game is divided into sections, each taking place below the surface of the planet, with you diving deeper as you progress. And even though it all takes place underground, it's all not dark and rocky. There's tons of diversity in the environments. The first area in the game you explore, Ingot Isle, is a classic callback to the Donkey Kong series. Filled with paint girders and construction equipment similar to the arcade classics. Various little monkeys working away and bright neon signs also give the area a nice sense of life that echoes throughout the entire game. Meanwhile, the lagoon layer is a sunny paradise with clear blue waters, golden grass, and a massive vortex in the sky. The freezing layer, on the other hand, is a winter wonderland, decorated with beautiful pastel-colored snow, gorgeous ice caverns, and lava sections that serve as deadly contrasts to the frozen landscape. All the environments you'd visit are delightful, and I generally look forward to seeing whatever crazy biome the game would throw at me next. The areas are also a good size, with plenty of space for you to explore and secrets to find. They remind me of the worlds from Mario Odyssey, just with even more freedom. Like all good Kongs, DK loves bananas. And, just like his past games, they serve as his main motivation and collectible. Unlike Moons from Mario Odyssey or Jiggies from Banjo-Kazooie, they're not required to beat the game. They're still incredibly valuable though, for two reasons. First, they're how you unlock skill points in the game. Yes, that's right, Donkey Kong has a skill tree now. Now I know some of you are rolling your eyes out there, and I get it. Not every game needs a skill tree, and by no means is an amazing skill tree, but it works decent enough here. There are more basic things like increased health and destruction punching power, and the ability to turf surf longer. Second, and I'll keep this vague, they're needed for post-game. That's all I'm going to say though. I find it refreshing that you don't need to collect a bunch of things to progress through the game like pretty much every other 3D platformer out there. And I like that the bananas still feel valuable though, since they're tied to DK's power. You get plenty naturally playing through the game too, so it never feels like a grind. Plus, watching DK just gobble them all up and saying, "Ooh, banana," at the end is great. Ooh, banana! Along with bananas to collect, there are banana coins, which can be used to purchase bananas, which is kind of redundant when you think about it, I guess. But whatever. Extra bananas are sweet. There's also gold, which is used to purchase items like extra balloons and apple juice, which is like a fairy from the Legend of Zelda series, healing you a bit when you run out of life. You can also buy maps to find collectibles, which gives the gold even more value. I love a good economy. Fossils, on the other hand, can be used to unlock new cosmetics for DK and Pauline, like new outfits and fur colors for DK. Outfits also come with some passive perks like increased treasure chest spawn rates and extended Sorna range during Bonanza. The fur colors in particular are great to mess around with, and Pauline has some fun outfits. I wish DK had a bit more variety though, besides ties and pants. Could you imagine if you can get some insane outfits like Mario or Link's? So much potential. Think of DK wearing a Mario hat, it'd be so good! Regardless though, I'm still happy to see some cosmetics here.
We did it, DK! You and me, we're the best!
Let's talk about one of the most important aspects of any platformer, the feel. DK's movement is fantastic. Running, jumping, and rolling all feel great thanks to tight controls and precise movement. There's also a lot of fun mechanics that help sell the power fantasy of being an unstoppable gorilla. First is the punching. Smacking an enemy and sending them flying is so satisfying, and I love the feeling of impact that each blow gives. DK has not one, not two, but three separate punch buttons. One neutral, one down, and one up. Sounds goofy at first, I know, but it ties into one of the most impressive aspects of the game, the destruction. You can destroy pretty much all of the terrain, which was incredibly addictive for me. Felt like a power fantasy, just smashing everything in sight. It was great. Taking a chunk out of a mountain, rapidly digging deep underground, or busting through the top of a cave is so rad and gives you a great sense of freedom. It almost felt like I was breaking the rules of the game at times with the amount of power you have as DK. Of course, the game is designed around this and compensates for it with some blockades that you can't punch through, so the level won't actually fall apart. Still, the sense of power and freedom here is outstanding. You can also climb most surfaces easily, which adds a layer to the exploration, making the gameplay feel even more unique. Oh yeah, you can also grab the earth beneath you and use it to surf around. It's insane, but it's really fun and makes getting around all the more jolly. The skill gap for the movement in the game is also pretty high. I've seen people do some wild stuff already, and I think it's so cool. I love when people figure out crazy new methods in games I never would have thought about. Along with your basic kit, DK also has access to Bonanzas, which are new powerful forms like a jacked up Super Saiyan that lets you punch through metal objects, a juiced up zebra which allows you to run over ground you usually fall through, and an ostrich form which lets you glide around and drop egg bombs. There are more, of course, but I'll let you discover those on your own. What's also great about them is they fit organically into the gameplay, presenting you with challenges that require them in both platforming and combat. It never gets too crazy either, where you feel like you constantly need them to get anything done. Sprinkled throughout each region are challenge runes, which are like the shrines from Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom. Basically, small trials for you to tackle at your leisure. These can range from bashing all the enemies in a set period of time to turf surfing across some deadly brambles. There are some great callbacks here as well, like the side-scrolling section that resembles jungle hijinks from the first DKC game. These can be tough, especially if you want to get every banana in each one of them. I look forward to seeing each of them, and while fun overall, they weren't as impressive as the shrines from Zelda to me. Still, they're a cool addition, and I'm happy they're a part of the game. There's a good amount of boss fights here as well. They're fun overall, but man, some of these fights are over so quick. For instance, the first fight I had with Grumpy Kong was literally 30 seconds. There's some longer and cooler ones later on that I won't spoil, but man, I wish they pushed back a little more. Throughout your journey, Pauline will accompany you. She's a great partner for DK, especially since she can talk and explain things to the player. And while she plays a heavy role in the story, she never gets annoying or constantly tells you what to do to solve a puzzle like Atreus from God of War. She adds a great vibe to the adventure as well, and her and DK's dynamic together is great. As a Donkey Kong game, some familiar faces return like my boys Cranky and Rambi, but Bonanza also introduces some new faces. The main ones are the villains of the game, Voidco, which consists of Grumpy Kong, Poppy Kong, and Void Kong. They have a good presence, and I enjoyed beating their asses throughout the game, especially Void Kong. They're not as cool as King K. Rool and the Kremlings, but I wouldn't mind seeing them pop up again in the future. I gotta say, I really like the way this game looks. The bright colors and larger-than-life designs are fantastic. I'm personally a big fan of DK's new design as well. Of course, I love the old Rare design, but this new DK shows so much expression and life, and I feel like we get to see a new side to him. The other character designs are great too, like Pauline, Voidco. I love the rock people scattered throughout too. They look like characters Rare would have made back in the day, so I really appreciate that. That's good. Finally, I just want to give a quick shout out to the music. It's pretty great overall and sets a nice tone for each location you visit. And the songs that play when you activate your Bonanza mode are energetic and hype you up to thrash everything around you. And the remix versions from past games like Sticker Bush Symphony still give me goosebumps. I was also happy to hear the DK rap from DK64 make a cameo as well. It still goes hard after all these years. Overall, DK Bonanza is a fantastic game and an absolute must-buy if you have a Switch 2 already. It's super accessible in its design, catering to players of all skill types and ages. It's also worth mentioning that there are occasional frame drops, but it rarely intrudes on the gameplay outside of one boss fight. Alright everybody, thank you so much for watching, I really appreciate it. But yeah, DK Bonanza, fantastic game. I highly recommend if you guys Switch 2. But thank you guys so much for watching, I appreciate it. And I'll see you in the next one, take care, and goodbye.